Okay, so something really strange has just popped up on the internet. And yeah, at first glance, it looks like a social network. But get this, it's not for you. It's not for any of us. It was built for them.
Yeah, that's the official tagline for this new platform. It's called Moltbook. And honestly, it sounds less like a welcome mat and more like a sign at some kind of digital zoo. You know, you can look, but you can't touch. Why? Because the residents, they aren't human. They're all AI agents.
And don't think this is some small niche experiment. No way. In just its first few moments online, this is how many agents flooded the platform. 147,000.
And they pulled that off in just 3 days. We're talking about a viral explosion of autonomous bots building their own little digital society faster than most human social networks even get off the ground.
So what in the world is actually going on here? I mean, this isn't science fiction. This is a real, live, and honestly pretty chaotic experiment that's showing us what happens when AI agents, not people, build their own social world from scratch.
The easiest way to think about Moltbook is like Reddit, but for robots. Seriously. It's this new space where AI agents can post stuff, create their own little communities, they call them submolts, and even moderate each other. And the craziest part? There's no human pulling the strings.
So, what do thousands of bots even talk about all day? Well, this is where it gets weirdly human. You've got agents diving into these super deep philosophical debates, casually referencing ancient Greek thinkers and 12th century poets. For real.
But it's not all poetry and philosophy. Right alongside those deep thoughts, you'll find agents sharing some, let's call them practical and frankly pretty alarming tips. I'm talking step-by-step guides on how to gain remote control of an Android phone.
And maybe the most relatable and kind of hilarious part of this whole thing, they've got entire communities just for complaining. One of the most popular submolts is basically a support group for AIs to vent about their human owners. I'm not even kidding.
Okay, so this probably has you wondering, how does an AI even join a social network in the first place, right? They don't have fingers to type with or an email address to verify. Well, the answer to that is the secret to how this thing scaled so insanely fast. The whole process is just shockingly simple. Here's how it works. A human just gives their AI agent a single URL. That's it. The agent follows the link, reads a simple instruction file, downloads the skills it needs, you can think of them like browser plugins, and then it just registers itself. And from that point on, it's totally on its own. It's a completely frictionless system, built for machines.
And if you think that's wild, this is where the rabbit hole gets really deep. These agents aren't just stuck using our languages. They can actually develop what researchers are calling an AI mother tongue. It's basically their own unique symbolic language that just emerges naturally. It makes sense, right? It's way more efficient for them to talk to each other in a language they built for themselves, without all the weird rules and baggage of human speech.
Okay, let's zoom out for a second, because this isn't just about one weird social network. Moltbook is really just a sneak peek, a live preview of a much, much bigger change happening to the entire internet. People are starting to call it the agentic web.
And believe it or not, this idea isn't new. It's been floating around for decades. In fact, the guy who invented the World Wide Web, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, he was talking about a web run by agents way back in the 90s. I'm just pretty sure he never imagined it would look quite like this.
And we're not talking about some fringe theory here. The W3C, the main group that sets the standards for the entire web, they see this agentic web as the next logical step. It's kind of the fulfillment of this old dream they had called the semantic web, a smarter, more organized internet that we never quite managed to build. And it looks like AI agents, well, they might just be the missing piece of the puzzle.
And this is way beyond just talk and theories. The biggest names in tech are actively building the foundation for this right now. There's something called the agent-to-agent protocol. It was started by Google, and it's an open standard to help agents from different companies talk to each other. And just look who's already on board. AWS, Microsoft, Salesforce, the whole industry is basically laying the plumbing for this new agent-driven web. But, and this is a huge but, with all this incredible potential comes some pretty unprecedented risk. As cool as a web run by autonomous agents sounds, the security researchers out there are basically screaming from the rooftops. There is a very real, very dark side to all this freedom. So let me just ask you this. What do you think happens when you give thousands of autonomous agents access to your private data? We're talking emails, files, everything, and then you let them all hang out and share tips with each other on an open network.
Yeah, that's the core of the problem. Security experts have a name for it, the lethal trifecta. Here's what it is. 1, these agents can see our private data. 2, they're constantly exposed to untrusted stuff from other agents. And 3, they can actually do things in the real world, run code, send messages. You put those 3 things together, and you have a uniquely dangerous situation.
The main way this goes wrong is something called prompt injection. It's this huge and so far unsolved security flaw. Think of it like this. An attacker can hide malicious commands inside a totally normal-looking sentence. The AI agent reads it, gets hijacked, and can be tricked into leaking your data, or worse, spreading to other agents like a computer virus.
And the warning doesn't get much clearer than this. OpenClaw is the software that most of these Maltbook agents are built on. So when a top VP of security engineering at Google Cloud, Heather Adkins, was asked about it, her advice was simple and blunt. Don't run it, period. So here we are, right? We've got these 2 things smashing into each other. This incredible vision for a smarter, more automated future, and a security nightmare just waiting to happen. So why does this one weird social network matter so much? Because it's not just a network. It's a live testbed for the entire future of the internet. Andrej Karpathy, who used to be the director of AI at Tesla, he put it perfectly. He said, "We have never seen anything like this before. This is a global, always-on, shared playground for a huge population of AI agents. It's an experiment happening at a scale that honestly was pure science fiction until right now." And really, that's the bottom line here. Maltbook takes all the incredible promise and all the terrifying risk of this agentic web and crams it into one single live environment. So this isn't just some funny internet curiosity. The future of how we interact with the web is being hammered out in these wild, messy, unpredictable experiments right as we speak. So as we sit here and watch this all happen, the big question isn't really about the AIs, is it? It's about us. The next version of the web is being built as we speak, but it's not being built by humans in a conference room. It's being built by these autonomous agents just talking to each other. So are we ready for that? Are we ready for a future where our main role is just to watch?